second case. So also on, if you go to our website under our Who We Serve tab, this information is on there. So we have these two, and then also the third group that we're able to make big improvements with is substantial savers during their working years. So with our eliminating income tax and retirement strategies. But today we're focused on these two. So successfully retired. I think a lot of people that are successfully retired, they're like, why do I need retirement planning? We're retired. We already made it to the top of the mountain, right? We're good. And hopefully that's the case. I would say for most people in this situation, yeah, you're good, but is good enough? Like, why settle for good if great or amazing or better is available? And a lot of times it just comes down to they have to adapt and they have to make changes because the strategies and the options that were attractive then, right? There are people, you used to be able to get 4, 5, 6% on a CD, right? You used to be able to get 6, 7, 8% on a bond portfolio, right? Great, fantastic approach in that environment. Not so much today, right? Great, you've made it to retirement. Now it's not about accumulation for you, but right, protection, distribution, but it may also be about maximizing assets for your kids, your grandkids, your charity, your surviving spouse, other concerns, right? And so that means that strategies, financial tools that didn't make sense for you before start to make more sense for you now. But like a lot of things in life, when it's something that it's new, it's something that we're not familiar with, a lot of times we're not comfortable with it, right? We maybe resist it, right? Until, and varies person to person, but some people never get past those things, and that's their choice. But for a lot of people, it's just a matter about understanding and education and things like we're doing today, right? So case number 2, Larry and Lisa already retired. They didn't like the market. They're a little bit concerned with long-term care, so they still wanted better growth, but they weren't willing to sacrifice safety just to get growth. So they were on a risk tolerance. They were not moderate, right? So moderate conservative. So you'll see the recommendations here were different than for a moderate risk. So this is what their situation looked like when I met them. And so again, they wanted safety and growth. They had more money than they needed in the bank. They knew that wasn't doing the best, but again, they didn't know what to do with it, where to put it. So in those situations, people leave it there. And so these are the assets, kind of how it looked now. They had a very small traditional long-term care policies, which in that case, it often makes sense to keep, but oftentimes it's not enough protection. I also have presentations and recordings around long-term care, and we have many different strategies to address that. And traditional long-term care standalone policies is one of 6 different ways we help clients do that. That's generally the least attractive when it comes to robustness and value. But if it comes down to cost, that's generally the approach. So you can see again a lot of bond funds, a CD, and a fixed annuity. So what we're able to help them do is to take the CD. We left the fixed annuity alone, right? Because it was getting a good rate, and these products are longer term in nature. So sometimes we meet people and there is something better than their current annuity right now, but it doesn't make sense to change right now. We have to wait a few years until the penalties drop down to where a change makes sense. So that was left in place. So on his bond funds, right, we decided to take some risk with the structured notes, his later bucket, and the CD we got working in a fixed index annuity, so principal protection, right? They weren't happy. They didn't have their money in a CD because they wanted to make 1.5%. They had it there because they didn't want to lose. So provided the same no loss with better upside. We're able to, with Lisa, she took about 2/3 of the bond fund IRA and split it, right? So that same concept that I just talked about. Would it make sense if, and so in this case, 70% of the IRA wanted safe, okay, taking market risk. We also use some dividend stock, a managed dividend stock strategy that we have, and then we mix it in with structured notes, and we use that in her IRA and Roth IRA. We took 80,000 of the bank dollars, and we got that hybrid index life policy, single pay. They don't have to have a payment ongoing. We keep the death benefit low so that the growth on the interest or the cash value overcomes the policy cost, and they're enhancing their value if they need it in care. So it's tax deferred cash value, tax free in a care, tax free in a death benefit situation. So recapping here, again, CDs and bonds to FIAs, bank dollars, right? We're also able to add some value here from a surviving spouse perspective, right? So if she doesn't need the care, right, there's more money, for him. And if she needs the dollars, she has the cash value there. We decided to leave alone the care sometimes. And so in this situation, there was dollars available to do additional care planning. But again, this is another situation that comes up, is some of these options you have to health qualify for. So in this situation, there were some health concerns that made it to where some additional options weren't available or cost prohibitive. And so people ask me, when's the best time to do that? Well, the healthier you are, the younger you are, and it's when you can afford it, when you have the assets, right? So it's all a matter of opportunity cost. What is your money doing for you? What do you want it to do for you?
I hope you found the video helpful. If you'd like more great resources from me, click the link below or go to the homepage of our website and access 3 pillars of a successful retirement plan. A great simple checklist. Make sure you're aware of the areas to help you successfully get to and through retirement. Additionally, if you'd like to join our Financial Stay Informed community, you'll receive an e-newsletters from us, as well as invitations to local events and webinars that we're holding throughout the year. Lastly, if you'd like to have a conversation with me individually, discuss working together potentially in a client advisory relationship, we offer virtual as well as in-person meetings. Thanks, take care. I'll look forward to seeing you in future videos.